You know, the film really says something to me. You know, we don't ever look around and actually pay attention to these things that are permanently in this around us, and I mean, it really makes you just think about how this ideology of the superiority of the man is still here with us, even in 2011. Even the statue of the what appeared to be workers working around, and how small that statue was, almost trying to hint at a previous time with like slavery or something. I mean, what? I mean, there's gender and there's racial structures forming in front of us, and we don't even really acknowledge them.
Also, another shocking thing was how small the lady was with the book in her hand, and it's so easy to overlook something so small. It's like it's not as big as the men were. Granted, it could have been just the period that they were made, or some reason. Maybe they were short on budget, but it seems that when it came to the men, the budget seemed to be very big.
That these statues were usually of the males were usually on the pedestals, and men were always above the women, and then the women may have been kind of gestured in a humble way. They were beneath the guys, or they were in smaller actual like human forms, whereas the men were giant and the women were obviously smaller. But I want to focus on that one female statue who was holding I guess it was a bird. She seemed to be big in size, but not an actual female. She was kind of sculpted in a way where it was like something that a man would want to see. And she was nude, of course. And I just thought that the one time you get a female in a larger statue, she's sculpted with no clothes on. I know that was obviously from a male perspective. This film really brought to my attention the importance or the opinion that statues portray, and I never really pay attention to statues that often, but now I'm realizing that it is kind of shown from a male's perspective. And I'm pretty sure that little woman with the book, she probably did some great things, but as a viewer just seeing that and passing it, you probably wouldn't know it because she was small and kind of seemed far away from the streets, whereas the other guy, who I believe may have been on that same street, was on a big pedestal and the females were beneath him.
Man, I mean, if you want to throw in psychoanalysis, the whole man being above two women, it's almost like it serves as a phallic symbol. How just the man is everything revolved around him is the most important thing, and what our image in society should be. I think it's bull crap. So that's what the film really says something to me, and especially with the voiceover with
you
radio
think that
station.
men are being underserved in that respect?
I'm not sure we're being underserved, but I think it's easy to overlook us, and I think it's easy to.
How so? How is it easy to
brush
overlook?
Well,
I don't know. I feel like everybody's been antagonizing the men, so I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate here. Even though I completely understand what idea you're trying to portray. I don't know. I feel like also at the same time, I thought it was, to me, while I was watching it, I kind of saw some like the women as being portrayed in almost like an angelic light, like a motherly light, which to me, even though I guess sometimes it almost like women are belittled in culture, which is a terrible, terrible thing. I thought it was cool because I don't know, like there's this one of like a woman like holding like her arms like this, and from what I remember, and I don't know, it just kind of gave me like a Mother Nature type feel to it, and like that this woman was watching over all these men at the end of the day, whether or not we truly realize what women actually mean to us in our culture and our society.
I think that it's interesting that there's always nudity involved with female sculptures, and there's always some sense of they need to look a certain way, maybe humble, motherly-like, or something that is not representative of strength or power, whereas the males are always representative of strength or power.